I will introduce the first speaker, Dr. Huang Fook. Huang Fook has an intensive background working for many high-profile organizations in the fields of accounting, finance, marketing, business management, and entrepreneurship. The important things that he received the Ministry of Education's Fundamental Research Grant Scheme in 2011 for his research about entrepreneurs. So he is the scholar in entrepreneurs. I think I will give the time for him to speak, but not more than 15 minutes. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Dr. Chandra. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you to Mr. John Dixon for having me here to talk on this topic. And of course, I would also like to thank Mr. Victor Lee, your business counsel, for having me here today. And most importantly, Mr. James Poon, the person who brought me to this organization, and I learned a lot here. But before that, I would like to also extend my sincere gratitude to Sabrina Loh. Please give her a round of applause. Because without her, I won't be speaking here today. She has been quite active in our activities, and I have only 15 minutes to talk, but I have got 72 slides here. So those of you who are interested to know more about, I got hundreds of slides in my laptop because I happen to teach 12 subjects in entrepreneurship. From marketing, from branding, franchising, direct marketing, everything about business I'm teaching because I have 2 qualifications. I'm an accountant as well as a marketing person. So, and I end up as entrepreneurship. Okay.
But you can continue.
Yeah, okay. It's okay, it's all right. Maybe James should sing a song.
Not really.
Now, maybe I'll just introduce my background. I came from a family of business, but it's very peculiar. All my cousins, we are all business people. We are all from Hainan. Hainans are very popular in the kopitiam. All my cousins all run kopitiam. My auntie and uncle run kopitiam, but none of the cousins took the business. So there's a lot of things to learn from here. And I'm going to touch a few essential things that I thought would be helpful for you. I will start with the essence of entrepreneurship. I'm not going to deal with the sustainability development and poverty because I don't have enough time to deal with that. But I will go into the essence of entrepreneurship, the types of entrepreneurship and impact on economic development that we need to know. We also need to understand the barrier of youth entrepreneurship because this is one area of research done by the International Labour Organization. I think the whole world should know what's the problem with youth entrepreneurship. And also I would like to also, the way forward, yeah, it's back, good. The way forward, I have got 5 areas that I want to go through with you, and I hope you will give a good understanding of these 5 areas. This is maybe the first time you have listened to this talk on sustainable development and poverty reduction, because this 5 areas has got impact on what we are talking today. Of course, I wouldn't have the pressure of time. I have only 15 minutes. Take away the technical problem, probably have less. But those of you who are interested in my slide, please come and see me. I have many other slides. Okay. Okay, what is entrepreneurship? Now, can you hear me from behind?
Yeah. You need the mic. Yeah.
Now, wait. Okay, hello?
Okay, wait. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Hello?
Let me check.
Even before the Great Depression, 1934, Peter Chamber already have defined entrepreneurs as characteristically innovates, introduce new technology, increase efficiency, productivity, and generate new product or services. So many years ago, 1934, people already are very clear what to do with entrepreneurs. But yet, after so many years, we are still talking a lot about sustainable development. We are still talking a lot about poverty reduction.
More style like this.
Okay? And you notice here, 50 years later, this person, Stephen and Mercy, they look at entrepreneurship is the process of creating value by bringing together a unique combination of resources to exploit an opportunity. Really, if you look at these two definitions, entrepreneurs are supposed to be special people. People who are, to me, sent by God to be here in this world. Please give the entrepreneurs a big clap here.
Great definition.
So, what are the common terms then in entrepreneurship that we are talking about? The thing that we always talk about, entrepreneurs must be somebody who started and creating a new venture. Yeah, he's an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is about innovating, putting together new combination of resources, put everything together. Entrepreneurs is about pursuing opportunity. Yes, we are pursuing opportunities. About acquiring new resources, always, any resources to make product and services. It's about risk-taking. Yes, entrepreneurs need to take risks. And profit-seeking. Yes, entrepreneurs cannot survive if there's no profit. But most important, entrepreneurs create value. So today, we have to understand, maybe this definition has to go even further. The people in the Global Peace Foundation must add a few more things here. Maybe creating social value, creating peace, you can add on. Now, if you add on these extra elements, it gives a higher value to entrepreneurs. It is the people that must decide what you want the entrepreneurs to do. Because business and society is together. All right? So having understand this term, then we have to make ourselves very clear. What is entrepreneurs and what is business owners? Are there difference or not? Definitely there's a difference. Because small business owner, they manage their business by expecting stable sales, profit and growth, that's all. Businessmen who are doing good business, selling vegetables, selling newspapers, all these are businessmen. They are doing a decent living by making sure that they have sales, they have profit and growth. Whereas entrepreneurs are different, because entrepreneurs, they focus their efforts on innovation, profitability, and sustainable growth. So you notice, from these two definitions, you would notice that entrepreneurs somehow got created. These are people, to me, they are special people because they are the ones who do so much for this universe. So this comes to the point we need to clearly understand what is entrepreneurship. People use this word simply, entrepreneurs, entrepreneurship, but really what is it that we are interested in today's forum? According to Global Entrepreneur Monitor, this is the biggest organization in the world monitoring all the entrepreneurs' activities. There are two types of different types of entrepreneurship which affect economic development. The first type is called the necessity entrepreneurship. What is this? This entrepreneurship is becoming an entrepreneur because you have no better option. Maybe you're out of job. Maybe you have no other option, you can't find a job, there's no job, nothing, you got to do something to survive. That you call the necessity, necessary to survive. Whereas you have the opportunities, entrepreneurship, this is the one that we are looking at now, active choice to start a new enterprise based on the perception that an unexploited or underexploited business opportunity exists. These are the people who look for new land, new water, new space, exploit them, and create a business opportunity out of this. So really, we are talking about this group of people who has got impact on social economic development of a country. My research, my work is now focused on this kind of entrepreneurship, social economic development of nations all over the world. So what is the impact of economic development? The data collected, analyzed, these GEMS researchers, they did a research on 11 countries. What they discovered? They discovered there's no economic development in necessity entrepreneurship. They do not contribute much to the social economic development. Whereas the entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship show a positive and significant effect on economic development. So what does this tell us? This tells us that it is important for developing country to take appropriate action designed to stimulate the growth of new business by entrepreneurship for economic development. So this is the area of work that we all have to focus on. These are the people. These are the type of entrepreneurship that we are talking. Okay? So, now having said that, we have to look at the youth entrepreneurship because, the youth must take over the world. So if you do not handle this problem, you notice that entrepreneurship is a gem. That is why we have so much problem in this world, because the youth entrepreneurship are not being given a chance to move on. So let's just look at 5 important areas. I'll go quickly in the interest of time. Lack of enterprise culture. People do not want to form companies. Risky, complacency, too much problem. Lack of entrepreneurship educations. The school, the universities are not giving the right education. Lack of absence of conducive environment in fostering the creation of young entrepreneurs. There's no environment. And lack of access to affordable financing. Some countries, when I just came back from Zambia, I had a good discussion with the people of Zambia to do social development of Zambia. We are discussing the interest rate in some countries is just killing. You just cannot move. All right? And a lack of business development and support, no incubation, no mentors, no coaches. How are we going to move? So basically, this I'll not deal it too long, but I just have to highlight this to you. Okay? Now, so what's the way forward? I have identified 5 areas that we need to look at. I'm moving very fast. Sorry, I don't have time to explain to you, but you can ask questions later on. Okay? First of all, you need to understand the entrepreneurship life cycle and what are the dominant characteristics. You really need to know the life cycle of entrepreneurship before you ask them to do social development and poverty. If you don't handle this problem, you will not understand. Okay? Then you need to understand social entrepreneurship, a new term to many of you, and also empowering corporate entrepreneurship. This is a very important thing that has been neglected, and also empowering the entrepreneurship ecosystem. And if I have time, I'll share with you a case study, ACE Entrepreneur Community, that handles the problem that I discussed with you just now. So let's look at the life cycle of entrepreneurs. You need to understand this before they can contribute to the world. Because in my research, in my, this is the model that I created after looking at life cycle and many stages. Some got 5 stages, 7 stages. I decided that there are 3 stages that we need to monitor. The first stage is the entrepreneur orientation, intention. How do you make the person have got intention to do business? The first problem, because many youth, they are not interested in business. Anyway, my research, I have an instrument. That is why, Mr. John Dixon, I have a way to teach, to train, to teach entrepreneurs. You never believe it. This is the first time somebody said this. And I've said this to one of the richest men in the country, Tan Sri Lee, he's our supporter. I say, I am a volleyball coach, international volleyball coach. I have a certificate to teach volleyball. I can teach, I have taught children who don't know what is volleyball, and then they play for the country. They represent the country. Now, using the same analogy, if I can teach somebody to play volleyball and represent a country, I should be able to teach somebody to become a young person to be entrepreneurs. Right? Right. Yeah, this is the first time we share. Thank you very much. And I have an instrument. I've come up with an instrument. This is a joint venture with the government. An instrument that can look at you, look at the status of your entrepreneurship and see where you are. Just like going to the hospital, do a checkup, and then I give you the medicine. Wow. That's what I'm doing. I like to share with People in the GPF, as John Dixon, you can take this. Now, let's come back to this. If you look at life cycle, you need to handle this first. And if the youth of Nigeria, the youth of Africa, and the youth of Asia are not interested in this, that's gone. There's no sustainable development, there's no power. We just stop there. It's a pity, it cannot be that. We got to move on. So you move on and make sure they execute what they intend, become a businessman, start a business. You start a business. Out of 100 business, those who are doing business will tell you 80 of them will fail. Maybe 90 of them will fail. The 10 people must move on. The 10 people will move on here. Business growth and sustainability. This is the topic of today. To stay in business growth, sustainability, there's a lot of characteristics. One of the important characteristics is look after the society. If you have in the business that can look after society, you are there. All right? You will be there. Companies like Kodak, 134 years old, those who take pictures, has gone into chapter 11. Nokia is now been sold to Microsoft. Motorola, the guy who was contracted by NASA to communicate people from the moon and the earth, who brought telecommunication today, is not heard of. Nobody here. There must be some reason, and this is where we are talking about. If you, entrepreneurs, can settle this problem, if you can settle sustainable development and poverty reduction, you are in the game. You are in the EPL like in the football. Okay? So this is what we need to understand. So I went on to talk about some characteristics that you have. Those who have intention to be orientation, you must have got achievement motivation. You must have tolerance to risk and ambiguity. There are some culture, there are some society in this world who just cannot bear to take risks. That's all. And there are also society who cannot, everything must be perfect. You can't go into business if everything is perfect. You must have a tolerance of ambiguity. And the internal locus of control, you must believe that you must do something to get something. It's not just pray and then wait for things to fall from the sky. These are the people, you must handle this stage one. Having stage one is not good enough. You must have all the characteristics, social skill, planning skill, all these skills to make sure you execute your business. There are a lot of people can talk, I'm going to go business, I plan this, but they never get moving because they don't have these characteristics. I'm not going to deal with this, we are short of time. And then the leadership skill, in order to be able to move forward, you need a leadership skill, you must have willingness to share, you must generosity. This is how entrepreneurship survive. Okay, so if you understand this, then you will know entrepreneurs at the end of the day have to do something to society, have to do something to the world. They will survive. God is fair. Okay, the second one is about social entrepreneurship. I will not have time. I don't have time really. I just talk about social entrepreneurship. Why is it so important? It's actually creating value to solve social problems. Okay, and we have got. They are the agent of change. They are the people who adopt mission to create and sustain social value. They are the people who actually, in short, they are the one who innovate and create social value. Okay, and then this is a slide that I would like to share with you. The social entrepreneurship in practice, real practice. You have got Vision Spring who give eye tests and glasses to poor people in 20 countries. They are Living Goods who give food and efficient good stuff to the people in Uganda as an income for micro franchising. You have got Rider Hikes who give logistics for 11 to 12 million rural Africans. They send food, they send medicine, they send tests. You have got Bangladesh, one mobile education where he have solar power floating school to give mobile school when there's a flood. So children cannot go to the school. He bring the boat to the school and the students study in the mobile education. You got proximity design, solar lighting system for farmers in Myanmar. You got IDEF, investment, creating funds. These are fund managers, bring funds to the Peruvian to cultivate tara, a kind of medical value, and also water for people in Africa, Latin. What I'm trying to show you is these are people, these are entrepreneurs. that create social value by practicing social enterprise. Okay, please, social enterprise is not charity. They are making money from the rich or the able to support the less privileged people. That's about social entrepreneurship. Okay, I have no time. I have no time to talk about corporate entrepreneurship, the importance of corporate entrepreneurship, corporate venturing, and then the importance of ecosystem. The fourth one, and finally, the components of ecosystem, and also there's an entrepreneur community which unfortunately I have no chance to show you. I use this community as a tool in this world. This is the only slide you can see in this world that an institution is doing something to promote entrepreneurs. If you have time, maybe later on I'll come back to these slides. Thank you very much.
That is inspiring and yes, wonderful presentation. Give a big applause once. Yes. So, Mr. Huang or Dr. Huang already said to us the entrepreneur can be taught. Not only is born only